told you. Wake up, I gotta go get it. Wake up, wake up.
Bro, come on. Stop. Why are you looking like that?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the College Couch, where, we talk all things college sport. I am one of your hosts, Stackz, you know what I'm saying, bringing you all the news that you need. And this is my co-host, Javaris Harris, and cousin, brother, all that. So we just gonna get right into it. Javaris, go ahead and take it away.
Ladies and gentlemen, listen, he has taken over. He is continuing from where he started last week. He just listen. I was telling our uncle earlier today, Stackz is like one of those wind up toys. Once he gets started, you can't like he doesn't stop. Ladies and gentlemen, like he said, welcome back to College Couch, another phenomenal episode. Oh my god. Y'all, what a week of college sports. I mean, Caitlin Clark breaking the record. Man, we had a girl from Francis Marion going for 44 rebounds. Like, come on, baseball is back. College baseball is back. College softball has started. We have a lot to get into. So,
right, March Madness is on the way.
March Madness is on the way. A few more days. Well, can you technically say a few more days? So, about a month. We're about a month and a half out.
No, month and a half out, though, because March is literally next week. Next weekend.
No, but if you technically March Madness doesn't start until the 11th or 10th this year. So
that's the second week. Yeah,
you're right. You're right. So about 2 weeks or so. I don't know why I said a month. Maybe like 2 or 3 weeks.
I'm about to say it's gonna be April Madness or something.
Tell me about. Listen. I'm not all the way there because, bro, I just was not.
You said a month and a half.
I know. I'm still trying to get my mind right, bro, because I don't know why you were looking like that to begin the show. But anyway, y'all.
Nah.
Bro, don't start. Don't start. Listen, we have a lot to get into tonight. Caitlin Clark breaks the record, surpasses Kelsey Plum for the all-time points in Division I women's basketball. Y'all, how about that? I mean,
shout out Kelsey Plum because she almost beat Curry too in the 3-point contest.
That wasn't Kelsey Plum.
That was Kelsey Plum.
No, it was not.
No, it sure wasn't. I got my numbers and my people messed up. My bad.
That was Sabrina Ionescu, bro.
Ionescu, Plum, same thing.
Oh my god. Oh
my bad. My bad, people. I got it mixed up. I don't know why.
Anyway.
In my mind, I was gonna go all the way. I was right in my head.
I'm so glad I stopped you when I did.
I ain't gonna lie. As I was saying it, I knew I was wrong. I was like, wait a minute.
Oh my god.
Why would you even say something like that? That wasn't even Plum. I know who Plum is. And
you do.
I wanted it to be her so bad.
It's all right, bro. It's okay.
But anyway, shout out to Kelsey Plum too for holding the old record.
Absolutely. I mean, that's not an easy record to break. So kudos for her for holding it for this long. But in Caitlin Clark fashion, breaks the record. And I mean, I literally texted Stackz the night of the game when before Iowa played. And I was like, hey man, like I said it wrong. I know.
Go ahead.
Anyway, I said it, I know. But I texted him and I was like, hey, like tune into this game. Caitlin is 8 points away from pretty much, breaking the record. She's gonna hit it. Tune in. I was helping my mom do something. The game started at 8. Stackz texted me by 8:10 saying, hey bro, she broke the record. I said, beg your pardon. I was like, did she just take the ball every possession? She was like, basically. I was like, well, I mean, I'm not surprised. I was surprised at how quickly she did it, but I'm not surprised that she pretty much, took over, the first couple of minutes of the game to break it. I mean, I guess she wanted to get it out the way so she can, get her teammates involved, which is a good teammate in my opinion. But anyway, shout out to Caitlin. But also, we need to get into these comments by WNBA legend Cheryl Swoops. I mean, bro, how about it, man? Listen, so me personally, I feel that Cheryl's comments. Now, don't get me wrong. When we're talking about Cheryl Swoops, we're talking about an icon in the game. I mean, the woman is she's up there. Like let's not even sugarcoat it. She is up there. But it almost sounded like from my perspective, it sounded like in a way discrediting Caitlyn, because you got to think nobody can prevent a pandemic from happening like COVID. We were sitting in COVID from what 2019 to dang near what 2022, 2023ish. So a lot of those college athletes got an extra year to participate in their sport, in their respective sports. So a lot of those players took that advantage of, that COVID year, and you're in college, you get an extra year of college basically. Like, some people that aren't ready to leave college, it's the experience. If you've been to college, you understand what I mean. So, and you also get to do, be around your teammates for one more year, this, that, and the third, the whole shebang. So you can't prevent something like that from happening. So when Caitlyn decided, yeah, I'm gonna come back for this COVID year, that gave her extra opportunities to not only break her record, that point record, gave her opportunity to get more endorsements, more sponsorships, all that, as well as, she actually has a chance to try to go after a championship again. Now, will they win? That's another story. But it gives so many more doors open for Caitlyn as a student athlete. What you think?
Well, I mean, I agree. I agree with the part about her coming back. I mean, she can't help that COVID happened. You got an extra year, so you had an extra year to break it. But to Cheryl Swoops' defense, in that regard, she was right in saying that, well, you had an extra year to break the record. So whenever records are broken, they try to compare. Like, LeBron with Kareem's record, they try to say that he only took twos. So you try to take. So sometimes you try to take away from the greatness because of the person that did it before you. Like Plum had her time with it, which was shorter than Caitlyn's or whatever. But can't help when you're born. You can't help. You know what I'm saying? That you got an extra year. Why not take it? You tell, especially with the players getting paid, how they getting paid now. You getting paid more, staying in college than you would in the league, whether it's NBA, NFL, whatever. But why? You all right?
Bro, I'm still on it. Over, bro. Why were you looking? Go ahead.
But yeah, you make more. You make more money. You staying in college, and than you would professionally, at least in your rookie years or whatever. And unfortunately for WNBA, more than likely for most of your career, you probably would be getting paid more in college than you would, for your entire career. Because most of them, I think, make what I mean. The highest paid is like 200 something thousand, and then you have these girls making in college millions and millions of dollars. So, I mean, from a business standpoint, it makes sense. Then, you're still in college. You still get the camaraderie of being a college student or feeling like a college student at least. And then, you get to polish your game, which is a lot of going professional is about, because you're always going to add something. But if you can come in and your game is polished, as much as it can be, and you've worked on your weaknesses and stuff like that, and that makes you better, so you won't be a bust. Because I mean, how many times have we seen that? So I mean, I don't fault her for coming back, and I don't think Cheryl Swoops was trying to say she was wrong for coming back. I just think that she was just trying to compare the two highest scoring players in women's college basketball. Saying that Clayton Clark had another year, as opposed to Plum, who didn't have that extra year. So I mean, she's right, but you take advantage of whatever opportunities given to you, because she very well couldn't have broke it, because a lot of players come back and they still don't break the scoring record, So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I feel. I don't think she was trying to take a shot. I think it just came off wrong, because you and I both know, you know, when you come on podcasts, you come on these shows or whatever, it's hard to make the conversations you have with your boys or with your girls or whatever, your homies. It's hard to translate that into a podcast, and still be professional, because if a lot of our conversations was on this podcast, we probably go viral. I ain't gonna lie, just because you know what I'm saying. We talk our talk, but it's essentially the same stuff. It's just more in a professional way. So I mean, I just think that her saying that uh is just was mistaken. Along with what we probably gonna segue into next, when she made the comments about her taking the 40 shots and stuff like that.
Yeah, that one definitely rubbed me the wrong way, because it wasn't. I get over exaggerating, but to an extent like that, you got to think like, if I'm a coach and I give my star player the green light to take, just take shots. Like, if you need time to get to heat up this, that, and the third, so be it. Like, we even saw it in the All-Star game this past Sunday or Saturday, whichever day it was, with Tyrese Halliburton. I mean, the man went 6 for 6 on his first three, on his first. I'm sorry, yeah, 6 for 6, and on his first six threes. If it takes you a while to heat up, so be it. You have that green light from your coach. You know what I'm saying? If you're the sharpshooter on the team, or so be it. Why does it matter? If you're knocking down shots like that, like how Caitlin shoots, why does it matter if you're taking 40, 30, whatever? But at the same time, I did my research. Caitlin has never taken over 40 shots in her 4 years at Iowa. Like, she's never taken it. If anything, she has maybe, I think the most I saw was like 31. So, like, in my opinion, you got to do whatever it takes to win, regardless
Well,
of how many shots you take.
well, I mean, no, well, so you do whatever it takes to win, but 31 shots, you know what I'm saying, is one thing, and 31 good shots, it's another thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, she's a shooter. And like when you reference Halliburton, he took those shots in the game where they were just
Yeah.
basically BSing. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? In a real game, he's not pulling up from where he's pulling
Yeah.
up from in the All-Star game. Not, well, take that back, because Dame Dollar definitely will.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And Steph Curry definitely will. But
Yeah.
they worked to that level. Like when they
Mm-hmm.
first got in the league, they weren't um as potent in that regard. They had to earn that right to
Mm-hmm.
get that green light. Much like Caitlin Clark with how she's playing at Iowa. So you know what I'm saying? Like she had to get into that role, and then once she got in it, it just stuck. You know what I'm saying? So it's just when you get to the league now, you just have it just
Yeah.
all starts over. Like now you just have another point to prove, or another
Yeah.
level that you're trying to get established in. Because like high school level, okay, you're all American and you're this type of recruit, 5-star recruit or whatever. Okay, you balled out in that. Now you get to college. Now you got to prove
Mm-hmm.
that you're as good as they say they are. Okay, now you proved it in college. Okay, you're first rounder. Now you're in the NBA or WNBA. You got to prove it again. And then every year in the league, you have to keep proving it and proving it. So it's the same thing. So when she says that, like I agree with you that she was
Yeah.
over exaggerating. But 31 shots, that's a good amount of
Yeah.
shots. That's a lot of shooting.
Well,
But I mean, she's earned that right at Iowa. Well, I
mm-hmm.
think what she was saying is you're not going to start off. You're not going to come your first game and put up no 30-something shots. You know what I'm saying? Unless the team that she goes to she's the best player, which in some cases that happens. You know what I'm saying? So her game can translate in this day and age because she's a shooter and everybody wants to shoot the 3 ball. But I see what she was saying is meaning in the sense of you're not gonna be taking as many shots, at least at first. You know what I'm saying? Like once you get established with your teammates, everybody know their game, coach his relationship with you, knows all this type of stuff, and you become consistent. Because I mean, how many times have we seen people, be consistent in college and then get to the league and like they playing like they never was that deal in college. You know what I'm saying? Or how many times have we seen them come into the league and they weren't as good at first, and then third year, fourth year, they start to get back to that college look. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not always that we get those players that come in ready and polished, but to Caitlin Clark's credit, she has got her game to a certain level, and that extra year also helps. So we'll see, but
Well,
I
let me ask you this now. Also, this past week, Juju Watkins from USC, freshman guard, she went 6 for 32 with 18 points. Now, how do you feel that
So
different?
same thing.
Okay.
You see 31 points, and she just went off the other week for like 50 something, which was almost over half of her team's points.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean by saying, okay, 31 shots is one thing, and 31 good shots is another thing.
Right.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So just chucking the ball up is it's not gonna get it done. Like everybody's not those players that shoot from the half court practice that. You know what I'm saying? But they don't do it when they in the game. They don't do it every time. They just do it when necessary. Like for instance, Dame Dollar in the league against the Thunder, the step back three at half court. He practiced that, but he didn't shoot that shot the entire game. That essentially was a bad shot, but it was a good shot because the player that was taking it. You know what I'm saying? So with Juju, she took a lot of bad shots. And I don't have to be somebody that watched the game. I can look at the box score. You shoot 31 times, you only make 6 shots. You take a lot of bad shots. You think you bigger than the team. You know what I'm saying? So I think that to that credit, that's what Cheryl Swoops was trying to say. You're not gonna get those 31 shots like that.
Yeah.
Because
when you go into the WNBA.
we go to the WNBA. You know what I'm saying? Because it's different in college. Because you pretty much have like every year you play the same teams for the most part. WNBA you do too, but the players are different. Everybody's polished. You got the best players from all these different colleges. You know what I'm saying? But in college, you pretty much got that same outside of freshmen.
Yeah.
You got that same kind of core. Like, you get in the league, you might be playing a Candace Parker and all these other players. You know what I'm saying? So, not saying that she won't be good, and I'm not saying that Juju won't bounce back because she's shown that she can be an elite scorer.
Yeah.
But we just got to make smart decisions on the court. Shoot, but every shot, like Steph Curry shoots, but he practices all those shots, and the shots that he takes look like they are bad shots, but he practices those. So and he worked his way up to that point because he wasn't taking those shots. He could shoot when he came into the league, but he wasn't taking as many shots and didn't have a green light like he does now. So I mean, it's the same thing. Like I mean, you ball out in college, but you might not get those chances or see your work translate or your game translate right away all the time. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, for sure.
But to that credit, she might ball out. She might come in first year and they be like, okay, we the bottom of the bottom right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let you go because what's the worst that can happen? You know what I'm saying? So it might be a situation like that, or it might be a situation where she comes in and she just happens to be the best player or best shooter on the team. I'm not saying that it won't that she won't be great, or I'm not saying that she won't get the green light. I'm just saying most times you don't as a rookie. So
Absolutely, I agree. Also, I did want to hit on this because it kind of tied into to what Cheryl Swoops was saying as well. But you got to think too, and me and you had this convo before we started recording as well, off cam. With the WNBA, it's only a certain amount of spots on a team, right? And you have these different situations where a girl can get drafted, or I'm sorry, a woman can get drafted within the top five, and she still doesn't have a guaranteed spot on the team because of veterans still on the team and this, that, and the third, which even led to a issue happening where one of the draft picks from last year, who was selected within the top 10, had came out publicly and made some very some very unsettling remarks about it. Saying pretty much telling the vets like it's time to retire because us young girls are getting drafted, and we want to be able to provide for ourselves and our families and stuff like that, but we can't
Where
do that.
yes, you can, because college you
Yeah, you
make
can
it.
go overseas, this, that, and the
But no,
third,
not
but
even that. Like I was gonna say, like you can make that argument back in the day,
mm,
or maybe a couple years ago. Think about it. A lot of the vets in the league now didn't go to college and make millions of dollars.
mm,
So the highest paid player is $200,000,
right,
right? And if you're not an elite player and you don't have as many endorsements, the basketball check, that's all you got. You know what I'm saying? So you can't fault the veterans for wanting to stay because, for one, you got to meet the league requirement to get the insurance and all that type of stuff for your family.
mm,
Two, if you don't have the endorsements that a lot of, like, not every woman basketball player has the same opportunities as the male basketball player. It's unfortunate, but it's true. You know what I'm saying? Because you make more money playing. Just like, for instance, me and you working 9 to 5, right?
mm,
You make more working your 9 to 5 than you do when you retire, right?
mm,
Right. So you're gonna work your 9 to 5 as long as you can, right? Same thing with basketball and football and all
mm,
this. You have to work a certain amount of time. Like, for instance, in NBA, Tony Snell, he had to get drafted by, I mean, not drafted, but picked up by somebody just to be on the team so he
mm,
can get his 10 year so that he can have insurance and the league
yes,
stuff for his family, right?
mm,
So, and he was making, I'm pretty sure he was making more than what the highest paid player was making. So if the highest paid player is only making 200 some thousand dollars, what do you think the rest of the league is getting paid? You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So I get what she's saying, but you got to think the college players coming out now, they getting paid more than the veterans in the WNBA.
yeah,
So you saying you want to provide for your family, but you just made four
yeah.
hundred, $500,000. So
Well,
um,
I don't necessarily think this particular player because I can't remember her name. I want to say it was,
I
yeah, I
know
can't
what you're
remember.
talking about. She
Yeah,
was on that championship
but
team with LSU.
yeah, but I don't think she was making. I don't think she was making NIL profit. I could be wrong,
I know
and
she
forgive me if
transferred
I
some,
am.
but even if she wasn't, that's
Yeah,
cool. I mean, it's not
but I
cool,
could be
but
wrong. I think I am. I think I am wrong.
well,
But
I mean,
anyway, yeah,
even if she is or not, you know what I'm saying? Because I mean,
yeah,
I don't know. I know
but
how NIL works, but I don't quite
yeah,
know where it trickles down to.
right,
Like, I know that the best players, I know they get it, but I don't know how it trickles down.
right.
So she very well may not have been making that
But
much, or
But at the same time, Stackz, I think it wasn't even more so of the money. I think it was more so of living out the dream of making it into the NBA, the
yeah, but
WNBA,
you
and
but you
playing.
technically you made it. You just didn't, make the roster. Like, you still have
Yeah,
to make the roster. Just
yeah,
because you get drafted
hmm
till you make the roster and sign that paperwork. Cause how many players have we seen that were top notch draft picks? You know what I'm saying? Coming to the league and we don't remember their name now. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
I know one in college football that a lot of people won't remember their name, or if they do remember, it's not for a good reason. Mm. Jamarcus Russell.
Oh my God, that's a
It's
forbidden name.
right. So you know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying I'm not defending anybody,
Yeah, yeah,
because I do feel like the WNBA needs some revamping, and they need more promotion, more money, more backing and stuff like that. I do agree with that because I feel like if the WNBA had a G League or a W League or whatever you want to call it, I think that would help a lot because then you still got players getting paid that might not be on the roster, and if they ball out, they can get called up to the roster. You know what I'm saying? Because in all professional sports, most of the time you're not gonna hit your stride. You're not gonna really get going until your second, third year. Most of the time, not all the time. 'Cause, you got players like C.J. Stroud who balled out and all these other players, but most of the time, for your second year is really the sweet spot year that you start to figure it out. You're adjusting to the schedule, you're adjusting to the travel, all of that. So, sometimes you need that time to go to the G League, get right. Scoot Henderson is a prime example of that. You know what I'm saying? So you need that time. Gary Payton, the second or the third? Well, I think
second.
one of them. One of them. But he is also a good example of that. He's not an elite player on his team, meaning he doesn't put up the big numbers, but he still plays a very important role. But G League help with that. It's player development. Just much like with music, you used to have A&Rs and stuff like that, and artist development. So it's the same thing. So I definitely do think that they need that because these women these women are coming from college where they making all this money for the most part, and they going here and they not really making much, and they're not getting they getting televised more in college than they are WNBA.
Man,
So it's some suggestions that I have personally, but
how crazy is that though to think about?
Right, it's wild, and then I think that it's wild. I definitely think
That's
I know some women that could ball.
You really just made a point on that one. That's crazy, bro.
Right, you make it that's
wow.
Right, right. You get think about it, and that's why even though they're not doing as good as people would have expected them to do, even though they're still doing good, LSU was so important and so impactful, and as well as Caitlin Clark, because that game last year was most televised.
Yep.
Everybody was paying attention. I've never seen that many people talking about a women's basketball game. I hate to say it, but I haven't. Everybody was tuning in. My entire feed was. Did y'all see that? LSU was balling. This, that, and the third.
Yeah.
So
they're even doing now college game days on Sundays for the big women games. I know last week it was South Carolina versus Georgia, and they were in South Carolina. Spoke with Coach Staley before the game. Coach Staley is getting a statue made, in front of the South Carolina State House, I think. So all these different impactful things are happening because of this because of the pretty much the swarm of media and the attention that the game has been getting now, and it's so rightfully deserving. These girls work just as hard as the men do, so it's really good to see that they're getting this type of
right, man. These girls, these women ball.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they deserve it too. I know some people. I know some people say, well, they don't dunk in there. I'm like, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? But the big thing now, it used to be, big thing was dunking. The big thing that everybody would tune in for is dunking. Now, prime example, All-Star game. We used to tune in to see everybody do their dunks, and because the dunk contest now is trash.
Right.
Trash. And then in the All-Star game, we was like, who gonna dunk on who? Now, who gonna shoot the furthest three? You know what I'm saying? It's going 3 for 3. The tray ball, thanks to Steph Curry, is now the thing to do. Okay, further and further back. You know what I'm saying? They take it. Dame shot it from before half court. I think he was on the other guy's side when he shot that mug.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about leaning into it. I'm talking about regular splash. You know what I'm saying? Like form and everything. So if that's the case, these women can shoot. And I can't say her name. I just mistaken her for
Oh,
Kelsey
Sabrina
Plum.
Ionescu. Yeah,
Yeah,
Sabrina
Sabrina
Ionescu. Yeah,
Ionescu. I can't.
yeah.
Ionescu. What yeah, yeah. Her. She balled out and and I think that was big for
Mm,
her to do and Curry
yeah.
to accept because they got to see the WNBA full form. You know what I'm saying? Competing with the guys, and
Mm.
although Curry beat her, it was only by
She only
three.
lost by 3 points.
And the score that she got, Dame got and beat Curry with. So you know what I'm saying? So that shows you right there that women can hoop. They
Yeah.
can shoot. They can do all that.
Yeah.
You know they can do all of that. You know what I'm
And
saying?
and and also, I know this was very like controversial. Don't come at me. Oh, she was shooting with a smaller ball. All this, that, and the third. The woman, first of all, the WNBA 3 line and the NBA 3 line are two different 3 lines. She shot from the 3 line and was actually
She shot from
competing
further back
with one of the greatest shooters of our generation.
and
I
went
don't
toe
want
to
to hear
toe.
any debate about it.
You could
Argue with
yeah
the wall.
you could say all that
I
because
don't care.
for either way like because
Argue with the wall. I could care
The
less.
NBA, I mean, you call go whatever you want to do. She shot that mug. She did what she's
Yes,
supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, it's college counts, but we want all the smoke. I
one
go toe
hundred
to toe
percent.
with
I will die on that hill when it comes to that because I could care less. You're not gonna go out there and shoot it,
you. All right, you go out there and compete with Steph Curry
right?
with the whole world watching. Come on now.
Exactly. So, but yeah, listen, dude. We have went 30 minutes into this conversation. We are very passionate about women's college sports,
Yeah,
as you
I'm
can
here
tell.
for it. I'm here for it. But we
So,
got other stuff to yeah.
absolutely. And before we go to our next topic, shout out to Lauren Taylor of Francis Marion. Broke the record for rebounds. It was currently set at 40 by Deborah Temple of Delta State. Listen, Lauren Taylor got 44 rebounds, y'all.
Peace.
44 rebounds.
Peace.
Crazy. And listen, Francis Marion we used to see Francis Marion a lot when I was in college. I didn't play, but they used to be in the Peach Belt Conference versus Columbus State. So very familiar with Francis Marion. Shout out to them. They're not in the conference with Peach Belt anymore, but I think they're like Carolinas or something like that. But anyway, shout out to her. Big ups. That's insane. That is insane. So, Stackz, college baseball and college softball is back.
Hey, it's time. It's time.
Listen,
It feels so good because it feel like we going into one sport after
yeah,
another, and then we
yeah,
just the momentum just keeps on going. You know,
absolutely. I think with me, like college baseball. First of all, college baseball and softball hold a special place in my heart, especially working alongside the sports when I was in college. As a PA announcer, and then I worked in the sports information department. But dude, nothing beats being out on the field in a during the spring at that. It's not too hot, not too cold. And I mean, just seeing the guys, take BP before games and stuff like that, man. It doesn't get any better than that. Like, though, I mean, right now we're like entering the sports where it's like, man, like the weather is nice, the hot dogs are going, the popcorn is out. You know what I'm saying? Like it's. I mean, man, like I really like these two sports. Really hold a special place in my heart, man. Like I really enjoy baseball and softball. So shout out to all the teams that are going crazy right now. Right now,
you think
I'm looking
Oklahoma gonna pull that thing out in
for
softball again?
softball. You know what? They don't have old girl anymore. The home run leader. I don't know.
It's gonna be
I
interesting to see. It's gonna be
don't
interesting to
know. It's
see.
gonna be interesting. But man, Oklahoma was going crazy. Florida State was up there for a while too. I want to say maybe a year or two ago. Florida State was going crazy. But I don't know. That's a good question right now because if I'm not mistaken, they're number one right. Well, yeah, they're number one right now, and then UCLA is right behind them.
Yo, UCLA
But
got boy, they got a
yeah,
squad boy.
yeah, yeah.
So
So I don't know. I don't know. But right now I'm looking at for baseball, Wake Forest, Arkansas, and LSU at the 1, 2, and 3 spot. But man, I mean, they are at full swing, bro. A lot of teams have
Yeah.
already gotten into 3-0. About to approach their fourth game or so. So man, I love it. I love, dude. Like I may have to try to go to a college baseball game this year and just check somebody out. Just show up, just show up out there.
I don't even know why I'm here.
I don't even.
Yeah.
I
I don't like none of
hey
these schools.
hey. I hope both teams have fun today. I'm just here. Like
I think we all think it's a great day to play some baseball.
I just think it's a great day. Like nobody knows me. I don't know any of y'all. I'm just here. I'm
I
just here.
probably got the wrong colors on, and none of y'all got these colors on.
I just showed up in a full blown hoodie and sweatpants, and it is hot. But I'm just here to have a good time with y'all.
Yeah, right. But yeah, it's definitely gonna be interesting. It's
Yeah.
definitely gonna be interesting. I can't wait to start bringing
Hmm.
these news and stuff to y'all.
Absolutely, dude. And we've been talking about it. We gotta bring your fiance on the pod, bro.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
Man, let me tell y'all something
Picture of the
about.
year. Picture of
Let
the
me
year.
let me tell y'all something about Kiera Delbridge, man. That woman back there, wherever she may be in the house right now, that woman was a absolute menace at Fort Valley State. I mean, and her sister
Right.
was a menace too, man. Them Johnson girls, I heard they
Yeah,
was
they
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 was
they 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 something different. They something different.
they so different.
They something different.
But yeah, man, definitely got to get her on and talk to her and see how her
Oh
time
yeah,
was in Fort Valley and
for
just
sure.
just hear some of her war stories to say. So yeah, man. But also, dude, we got to talk about the breaking news today, brother. The college football playoffs has been decided. We got our format. 12 teams, as we've talked about, but listen here. 5 conference champions on top of 7 top ranked teams chosen by the committees. You like it or not?
I like it. I like
Okay.
it. But it's gonna be very interesting to see those
Mm-hmm.
7 teams that the committee, they select. Because
Mm-hmm.
the big thing this past season was with Florida. I mean, yeah, Florida State not getting in and
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. So essentially, and then I know they're not gonna do it right now, but Florida State in the future is trying to get into the SEC.
Mm-hmm.
So if that's the case, that's gonna be interesting. If everybody, they're gonna have to change the format, I believe, because if hit me out,
Mm-hmm.
because everybody's coming to the same conferences. Think
Mm-hmm.
about it. All the big wigs, outside of the up north teams, are in the SEC now, or coming to the SEC. You got Clemson and Florida State trying to come to the SEC, and Texas, Oklahoma, they already joined. So then you've got the Pac-12 is no longer, so that's 2 conferences now, and then you got Ohio State, Michigan. So
Mm-hmm.
that's 3 conferences, and then you got Pac-12 conference for the most part. So um, not Pac-12, ACC,
Yeah. Yeah.
ACC. So with that, you know what I'm saying? All the good teams are in those 4 conferences. The 5th one, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because you got Big 10, Big 12, SEC, ACC.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the big conferences. If Florida State leaves the ACC and Clemson leaves the ACC, those are your 2 big wigs in the ACC. And
Mm-hmm.
if they come to the SEC,
Yeah.
why would you know what I'm saying? And the ACC is already weak.
Yeah.
It's
It's
gonna be tough.
Brother, you know what's crazy? I had to be reminded that they're not doing the East and West conference anymore in
Right,
the
right. I
SEC.
forgot about
And
that too.
I was like, oh my God, like I have, with us, we've been watching the SEC for so long. And for, 2 new teams to really be joining in our day and age, it's still crazy to me, like, because we're so used to just the normal teams that have been playing for this amount of time. So for
Right.
2 new teams to be joining in and the East and West divisions are no more, it's shocked. Like I'm like, oh my God, like it's really gonna be a
That
free for all.
that opens the floodgates so much
Yes. Yes.
because it don't matter now.
Mhm.
So that I ain't gonna lie, that helps Auburn a lot too. I'm just gonna say, you know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
now, if we lose to Alabama at the end of the season and their record is worse than ours, we could potentially go to the SEC championship,
Yeah.
or you know what I'm saying, or whatever, or if we beat or whatever, you know what I'm saying, or if they look at it as if you beat those teams, then they don't go over you. If that would have been the case in well, it was a few years ago, where we went to the SEC championship and lost to Georgia, probably wouldn't be playing against Georgia if that's the case, because we beat both of them. So whoever had the second best record would have came and played us. So we might have had to play Bama again. I can't remember what the record was, but it is interesting to see because, wow, it's like how is this gonna go? Like who's gonna? Because then you got Texas, and Texas is heating up right now. Like they have a great coach in Sarkisian. I always mess his name up.
No, you said it right.
Okay, so they have great coach in him. They are getting players. Ewers is back. And then they got a Manning, so that's already in itself.
Yeah.
So this is gonna be big. Oklahoma has something to prove because they can't. They in the past they couldn't get past the big game. And some would say they had an easier schedule.
Yeah.
So now you in the SEC, you coming to get some of this good whooping.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like Kirby Smart say, come see what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to be interesting to see. But as far as the playoff format goes, I think for this year it's going to be great. But I think this year is a practice run. And I say that to say because we're going to get to see how it goes, how the fans react to it, what teams get in. Because essentially, used to Georgia, Bama, all those teams, will get in. But now there's 5 conference teams that win. Okay, so they automatically in. By no doubt. And then the rest of the teams, how you how you gonna DV that up? How you gonna do the rankings now? Because 1 through 5, if you're saying that the conference champions 1 through 5, we used to have conference champions that might have been lower rankings, So if you have it 1 through 5 now, do those teams automatically jump up to 1 through 5, regardless of what their record is? Or do they just automatically go to the championship game, whatever ranking they are? So it's a lot of questions. But like I said, I think this is going to be a trial run. And I think the way they're doing that, I think they're letting the committee have way more leeway with the 7 because they saw the uproar that Florida State caused when they made the commitment to say, hey, they're not in because of this.
Yeah.
So everything is I think it's gonna make college football way more exciting because you got your conference champions, that, which we already knew that before. That helps your case anyway. Then these rest of these teams, what are they basing it off of now?
Right.
Because you got a Heisman candidate. Well, more than likely, the 5 teams that won the conference championship are gonna have the Heisman candidate. More than likely. And so the rest of them, what is it? How you beat teams, or what conference you're in, or who you lost to, or you know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of questions to be.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's a lot of questions to be answered, but I think the best thing about Oklahoma and Texas joining in the conference, it just adds on to the amount of rivalry games that we're going to be seeing in the SEC. You got Georgia versus Auburn, you got Alabama versus Auburn, you got Oklahoma versus Texas with the Red River Showdown. All these rivalry games are joining into the conference. You can't sit here and tell me that the SEC, if not already we were the dominant conference, but it just solidified even more why we're must see TV. I mean, they're picking up all these TV deals and so forth. SEC on ABC coming. This year. So all these different things are coming into the SEC. Dude, next thing you know, everybody, like all the teams are going to be in the SEC. So it's just. it's great to see. I mean, for television goes, and I mean, if you're not a fan of good old Southern football, as I call it, then you're missing out. I mean, this just really showed why the SEC is the most dominant conference in
Well,
all of the country.
it's gonna put it to rest from
Yeah.
now on because winner of the SEC goes to the championship automatically,
Yep.
and then the rest of the 7 you get put in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it really shows. So if like last year, Ohio State was left out because they lost to Michigan. So now
Hmm.
you still get to see these teams play, and compete for a championship. Now you don't see as many people sitting out. Why? Because they're still competing for a championship. So we really get to see, like, for instance, if last year had been this format, Georgia played and Georgia just happened to play Florida State, you don't think that Florida State would have put their best foot forward with
Hmm.
their starters? Because I mean, a lot of people want to say that Florida State had just as many players out as Georgia did, but the level of talent, for most teams outside of Bama and Georgia the last few years, most time your starters are your 5 stars that are your great players.
Yeah.
Georgia and Bama the past few years have been blessed enough to have 5 stars as their starters and their backups.
Hmm.
So to me, I mean, people want to say, okay, well that's an excuse. Well, no, if your bench is top notch and my bench is not as top notch, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, they were ranked because of their starters. They
Right.
were ranked high because of their starters. So, if that format had been like that this past year, would we have seen a better game between Florida and Georgia? I mean, not Florida State and Georgia. Who knows? Will this year now the SEC become more competitive? Because now if you win the conference championship, you go to the playoffs. Or does it become more competitive? And because if you lose, the committee has to select you to be in the
Hmm.
playoffs. And if they select you, you're probably gonna have to play this team again. Um. So I mean, what are we gonna get to see? But we are definitely gonna see how dominant, or if the SEC is as dominant as we say it is.
Hmm.
Because you know, um, Colorado is coming up, and Oregon's got several people doing their thing now. You got, of course, Ohio State and Michigan. I mean,
Hmm.
Michigan lost a lot. They retained a lot too.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be interesting to say the least. Um, I mean, is Florida State gonna be as dominant as they were last year? Are they gonna
Right.
even be a factor? Is Clemson gonna still be bad? Are they gonna be a factor? Are they gonna
Yeah.
be, able to compete? Like,
Right.
cause think about it. After you're not gonna make the top 12, I mean top 4, everybody's not really interested anymore. Like, it's like, all
Hmm.
right, there's no way we can make the championship. That's what we had a goal for. But
Hmm.
now, okay, we lost 1 game. Okay, let's pick this thing up. Okay, we lost 2 games. We know what that's like. Let's not lose anymore. Let's make them see. You know what I'm saying? Like, football's gonna be competitive longer. Cause I think up until that first loss for a lot of teams, yeah, it's competitive then, and then after they lose some of that momentum, it's kind of like the season almost shifts. Because even with Georgia, after they lost to Bama, it was like a shift in momentum, and then I think what got Georgia back right is all the Florida State people talking junk and all of this type of stuff. But had they not talked junk, I think it might not have been as competitive as
Hmm.
they made it. Because they set out to make a statement last year. Georgia
Yeah.
set out to make a statement after they
Hmm.
lost to Bama, like we are still Georgia, type
Yeah.
of thing. So I think this format makes it more competitive. People get to see their teams compete. Ole
Hmm.
Miss, would have had a chance last year, I think. So I mean, we'll see. Will LSU be dominant? That's another one I forgot about. Like, it's so much.
Yeah. It's a
Now,
lot.
now man, I wish I could fast forward to September, August, September, so we could
Yeah.
see this thing. But you know, It's gonna be interesting to say the least. I definitely say it.
100%. Well, we'll definitely put a bookmark on that subject, and try to come back to it once college football does start up. Very soon. I mean, dude, it ends, but it's like it comes back so soon. I mean, by next thing you know, it'll be August before you know it. So,
Man, speak for yourself. That must be going by slow as I don't know what, bro.
well,
I be like, bruh,
to help you out, we're maybe like 22 Saturdays away.
that don't make it no better. That don't make it no better.
So, but yeah, but I
Until you
hope
tell
this.
me we 2 Saturdays away, it don't make it. That don't
Well,
make it no better.
I hope this makes it better for you, brother. College football, NCAA 25 is coming closer than you think, brother. How about
Oh,
it?
I know. They did a false date. I know they put a false date
Yeah.
out there, but it's definitely coming this summer. I saw the trailer. It's
Mm,
beautiful. It's gonna be
loved it.
called College 25 this year. It's not
Is it?
NCAA.
So it's going to be called College Football 25, right?
Yes, college
Okay,
football
College
25.
Football 25. Okay.
Right, because I think that I don't know if it was a money thing, if they
Hmm.
had the NCAA on it. I don't know, because I mean, and a lot of backlash was from the players. Some of the players were saying that they didn't get paid enough for it,
Yeah.
but I'm like, look how many schools and players it is. Like, they can't afford the. If
Yeah.
you want to make a good product out of this game, like how NCAA football was when it was out, you can't pay all these players $1
Yeah.
million. And shout out to Shador Sanders, which is he's supposed to be the highest rated quarterback on the game. So I think he's gonna be at a 95. And
Ooh.
your boy Downs is set to be a 99 overall. So I'm still
Right.
gonna play with my boys on there, you know what I'm saying? I already know how I'm running the offense.
It's just, bro, I
But
mean, honestly, like, I think just from what we've seen, like, as far as, like, the amount of, like you said, the amount of detail they're supposed to put in the games, like, we're supposed to see like a lot of tradition like being put into this game, like a lot of the same like broadcast that you see from these games, like it's supposed to be put in the game. Like I mean, as far as tunnel runouts and we're
yeah,
talking the
like
whole shebang. Like
right. I mean, if I know you were young when those games came out, but I know you remember a lot of it.
yeah,
Back in the day, when those games, they made the tunnel runouts. Like,
hmm,
you know what I'm saying? Like they had the Indians sticking the fork in the ground, and they had the Longhorn running out the tunnel, and you know what I'm saying? They had that back in
yeah,
when NCAA was out. Like to me, NCAA was so basketball too. Like
hmm,
NCAA basketball too was so revolutionary because it felt so real. Like the before the game on the tunnel run out, you felt like you was there. You
yeah,
could make signs so the fans could, hold the signs up. You could
yeah,
create because they're one of the ones that first started the celebration dance. Because I know
hmm,
Madden, you couldn't do it at one point. You can only do so many.
yeah,
But in NCAA, you could actually run with the quarterback to jump with the mascot and celebrate with your teammates. Like it's so cool. And now they're implementing. I've done the research, so I'm excited. This is I'm a big nerd and a college football fan and an
yeah,
NCAA college football game fan.
yeah,
They're adding the transfer portal, so you're gonna be able to
mhm,
take advantage of that. I don't know. They haven't released much details about how you can utilize it, but there's gonna be the transfer portal. There's
yeah,
gonna be NIL deals on that. They're gonna have everything on there. And then you got
yeah.
your dynasty mode is gonna be revamped, and the my career mode, which was Road to
Road
Dynasty
to
at one point.
glory. Oh
Road
my
to
god,
Glory.
man! Let me tell
Road
you
to
something.
Glory.
Oh, I love me some Road to Glory, man.
Right, but back then when Reggie Bush was on the cover, you actually like went to college and
Yep.
stuff and did those things and then at
You
some
wanna
point she was in high school.
you wanna know how many tests I failed and I was ineligible for the next game because of my Road to Glory?
I mean,
Oh, it was a lot, brother.
I
I was
thought, well, I
ineligible.
thought you were reading. I thought you were reading. I thought you had wrote it down or something.
No, no,
Because
very
you
much.
started looking at your phone when you said that. He was like, "You want
No,
to
I'm
know how
looking at my
many?"
I'm looking at brother. I failed a lot of tests, And I mean,
Man,
when I
that
tell you,
jump,
I had to keep retaking them so I could play
man.
the next game.
And they're also using the Madden NFL uh game engine. So the graphics
Okay.
are gonna be similar to Madden, which the Madden physics is out. The graphics they've been kind of the same, but they're more clear now.
Well, as long as my quarterback doesn't lag when I'm trying to, scramble, then I'll be okay with
Well,
it.
I mean, we'll see because I mean
Yeah.
this is college football game is a bigger game than
Yeah.
Madden. Like as far as like not even like as far as like fan favorite because it's a fan favorite over Madden.
Mhm.
Because honestly, people would get Madden just so they can import their player from NCAA to Madden.
Oh, bro,
You know
the
what I'm saying? Like
nostalgia! Wow, bro, I
right,
love,
like so
bro.
so so when I say like Madden EA Sports, I'm gonna be honest with you. They literally saved the Madden franchise
Mhm.
by bringing college football, the game back. You know what I'm saying? Because now people are gonna buy Madden just so they can say, "Yo, bro, I had took my player from, you know, Mississippi State. Now he playing for the NFL. Now he was recruited #1 because this, that, and the third, whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But the game itself was impactful to people and was big on that scale. But the graphics and how like you literally feel like you are at a college game. Like
Hmm.
if you play that video game with your surround sound on, you literally feel like you are in Jordan
Yeah.
Hare or at Stafford Stadium or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Uh, it's just beautiful. Like I remember,
Yeah.
like you said, man, I can't wait. I wish it was July already
Right.
or whenever they gonna drop it, because that
Yeah.
means football coming back. And don't call my phone because I'm playing the game and I'm getting ready for the season, so I don't want to hear it. You know,
Facts. Facts.
but
I think the thing that has been getting me most excited the most is just seeing the different jokes that I've been seeing on Twitter and TikTok and stuff. People saying, "Oh, me trying to get 9-4 Georgia Tech back to the Natty, and our quarterback just entered the transfer portal because he asked
right,
for nine
right.
hundred
That was
thousand
like the
dollars."
fun. That was the fun part. Like I
Yeah.
would literally go to the trashy school I knew
Yeah.
and like be like, all right, I'm finna play quarterback for them, and we gonna go undefeated.
Hmm.
Or you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it's fun. Like it's just fun. Like to actually implement yourself into the game. And now that they have like outside of the tunnel runouts and stuff like that, I'm anxious to see, you know, how the story is gonna be if
Mhm.
there is a story. Because I know, or with Erin Andrews, she had a story on Road to Glory at one point where she would
Mhm.
like break down how the players playing and stuff, and then like you said, with the college dorm room and stuff, you had that one.
Yeah.
You had different like scenarios and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Kind of how 2K is, but like with less detail. So
Hmm.
I wonder if it's gonna be as detailed or um, are you gonna be able to, move with your player or is it gonna be any like cut scenes or
Yeah.
whatever?
For
So I'm
sure.
kinda anxious to see that. But yeah, I mean I'm anxious to see I'm feeling like a big kid right now. Like this is
Right.
my childhood coming
Right.
back, as an
Yeah.
adult. And I can actually go buy that mug myself. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
so, yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I have a lot of questions about this game, and I talk about it forever. But
Right.
you know,
Well, hopefully they'll be answered soon. I know they said the full review will be in May, so hopefully we'll get our questions answered and go from there. And I mean, dude, it's just building even more excitement up just
yeah, and
talking
I
about
think
it. So
they marketed it right.
yes,
Like
yeah,
they like dropped literally just little bits of stuff here,
yes,
cause
yes,
you can't tell me that they didn't know somebody was gonna leak the date for when it was supposed to come out, cause
right,
they said it was July 6th is when it was gonna come out.
hmm,
And then it came out and was like, oh no, it's not coming out. We never said that.
yeah,
But you denied it, but you didn't give a date of when it's coming out.
exactly,
Then you
exactly,
say, oh, we probably gonna drop a trailer during this game or whatever.
hmm,
No, we never said that. So how is all this information getting leaked? You know? And then you just like, oh, well, we're going to put this in there. We're going to put this in there. And we're probably going to put this in there. Oh, but we got to pay them $500 and stuff like that. Like,
right.
I think they did that perfect. Like, we still don't know how this game is going to be.
Mm-hmm.
We still haven't seen, we've seen a trailer. We haven't seen a trailer with the gameplay yet.
Mm-mm.
So I'm excited because to me, that shows me that they are locked in and focused on getting this game right, because you can absolutely mess this game up, you know, and then you pretty much ruin EA Sports now, because Madden is on a decline and everything. So you absolutely cannot afford to mess this game up, because you're gonna make so much money. I don't know not one person that, you know, is a gamer that's not buying this game. So
right. Well, you're right. Well, listen here. Again, we can spend as much time as we want to on this topic, but listen, it's about time for us to go ahead and wrap this thing up. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been another phenomenal, wonderful, extraordinary episode of the College Couch Podcast. Once again, I'm Javaris Harris alongside my cousin in crime, Stackz Delbridge, forever in the building, ladies and gentlemen. As being his authentic self. Yeah, thank y'all as always. Thank y'all for tuning in and hanging out with us for this hour. We hope that you have enjoyed it. Listen, it's always great being able to talk college sports with you guys, and we enjoy when you guys interact and message us for feedback and it just pretty much whatever you want to hear us talk about. It's always great for us to get that type of interaction. Also, do us a favor, subscribe on YouTube. I cannot stress that enough. Subscribe. When you subscribe, we also get to, be able to boost our subscribe count. That way we can be able to reach a bigger audience as well. So do us a favor, subscribe, follow us on social, all that. Stackz, you know what time it is. Take us home,
hey,
bro.
man, we appreciate y'all for tapping in with us and, you know what I'm saying, listen to us ramble on and talk about these college sports. Anxious to get into, the sports that's upcoming, like we talked about.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, wherever you're on, wherever you get your content and do your thing on, go like us. We are everywhere: Facebook, Instagram, everything. And like you said, go hit that bell so you get them push notifications on YouTube and for everything. So tap in with us, tell a friend, tell their cousin, tell their sister them, and their mama them that, hey, College Couch is where it's at. Greatest podcast on the lane. We out. We gotta pay some bills, man. Wake up, I gotta go get it.